The story of this film is about a loving and energetic American couple named Diana and David. They are not very wealthy, but they have a good life and love each other. However, an event occurs that puts this young couple at the toughest crossroads of their lives. A $1 million proposal. Money can buy many things, but can it also tempt this couple? $1 million in exchange for one night with beautiful Diana.
Lights, camera, action.
Recap camp.
David is an architect and dreams of building his dream house for himself and Diana, who is deeply in love with him. Some days they have terrible fights, but other days, well, the house gets pretty heated. Diana convinces David to pursue building the house they've always wanted, and after borrowing a lot of money, they start this project, but soon hit a dead end. The real estate market crashes, and everything falls apart. The situation worsens, and even David loses his job. They go to their lawyer, who is also David's friend, Jeremy. Jeremy tells them that before the bank forecloses on their house, they need to pay off their debts to the bank. David, who has been working towards his lifelong dream for years, can't just sit back and eventually comes up with an idea. David and Diana head to a casino and a big hotel to try their luck. And it seems that luck is on their side. When Diana goes to a boutique in the hotel, she finds a very attractive dress, but its price is quite high. A seemingly wealthy man sees Diana through the glass and becomes captivated by her. When Diana tries on the dress in front of the mirror, the man approaches her.
Why don't you put it on?
He insists on buying the dress for her. When Diana asks him why he wants to do this, he replies that he loves watching beautiful people. Di returns to David, and in that short time, she has won a lot of games. Di kisses her lucky charm on the last die, and that's another win. Our wealthy man has been watching Di and her husband the whole time, and Di realizes this. That night, Dee and David, who can't sleep from happiness, realize that in just 1 hour, they have made $25,000, which is half of their debts. But the other half can wait a little longer until a small celebration turns their bed into a pile of money. After that, they return to win another $25,000. But the roulette wheel takes everything they've won, one after another. They play and play until they finally lose more than they gained. They only have $5,000 left and decide to flip a coin to decide whether to go again or not. David bets on the wheel again and changes his mind several times at the last moment until he finally bets on red and they wander around the casino without money until they see the wealthy man at a table playing for tens of thousands of dollars and are completely captivated. When the man sees Di, he introduces himself. John Gage. He asks David to let his wife sit beside him for a hand. He says this woman brings him good luck. Di doesn't want to accept it, but David, who doesn't know that those two already know each other, insists, and Di has to agree. John, knowing luck is on his side, decides to go to another table to place a bigger bet, a $1 million bet. Everyone gathers around to see what the outcome of this bet will be. Di kisses her lucky charm and John Gage wins $1 million. Because of this victory, he invites them to stay with him for a night at the hotel. Dee and David spend the night in their luxurious hotel room, but that's not all. In the morning, a gift arrives for Di from Mr. Gage.
That's $5,000.
He invites both of them to a night party and spends the entire night with them, having a great time. At the end of the night, when everyone has left, the three of them are busy playing billiards. John asks David if he thinks there's something that money can't buy. This question feels more like an insult to a bankrupt man like David, but he answers that at least there's something he has right now: a good and beautiful woman. Gage replies that money can buy everything, even people and feelings. Di clearly disagrees with him, and David agrees as well. Gage rephrases his question. They could have $1 million in their account by tomorrow morning if Di is willing to spend one night with him. David's pride is provoked, and he answers definitely no. But Gage assures him that his offer is not a joke. $1 million just for one night with Diana. Neither of them can close their eyes to that offer. Di tells him that she is willing to do it for that reason. David clearly says no, but it seems he doesn't fully believe his own words either. Di knows that David wants this too, and insists that he accept. They could wake up tomorrow morning as millionaires. Unable to resist the temptation, David agrees. But only on one condition. It's just for one night, and they must forget about it and never speak of it again. The next morning, Jeremy prepares the contract for this arrangement, and everyone leaves the room so that Di and Gage can be alone. On the other hand, David cannot bear the thought of his wife sleeping with a stranger. Jeremy tries to calm him down, but he loses his temper and regrets his decision entirely. He quickly makes his way to Gage's room, but is told by the staff that they are leaving by helicopter. David frantically rushes to the rooftop, but it's too late. Gage wants to spend the night with Di on his private yacht. Dee gets ready in her room and puts on the dress that Gage ordered for her. Di is scared and doesn't want to do this. Gage decides to test his luck with a coin toss. If it lands on tails, nothing will happen between them, and with $1 million, Di can go back. This time, luck is not on Di's side. The next morning, Di returns to David tired and distressed. They both try to forget about last night. The next morning, when they go to pay their debts, they realize they are 2 days late, and the house they were building has been repossessed by the bank. The house is not like before.
Bullshit!
And it's clear they couldn't forget about that night. David finds G's card in Di's wallet and loses his temper, while Di storms out of the house. She goes to see an old friend to find the owner of their house and discovers that Gage has bought it. She finds Gage in a restaurant and causes a scene there to get her house back.
Bastard, I stole our property!
But Gage pulls her aside and tells her to forget about it because he's a damn millionaire and can do whatever he wants. When she returns home, David becomes suspicious.
Hey, Dee.
And asks where she has been. She tells David the story. Unable to control himself, David insists that he recount the night. Di resists, but David, becoming increasingly agitated, keeps pressing her, and Di finally tells him that she was on the bed like a horse. Di asks if that makes him feel better. They had sex all night, and he tells David that his performance was even better than David's. David can't take it and loses his cool. That night, David goes to see Jeremy and says he needs to separate from his wife. Di, who has been living alone for a while, has started working at a real estate office when Gage unexpectedly reappears. Di is forced by her boss to show Gage a few houses. They look at several houses, but Gage rejects all of them until they come across a very large house that Gage wants to see. Di realizes that this house actually belongs to Gage. Gage tells her that this house has everything except one thing: her. He offers her to live with him in this house. The next day, Gage attends the citizenship class that Di teaches. Everyone is captivated by him, and he has no intention of giving up on Di.
You're full of surprises, aren't you?
I'm trying like that.
Afterward, Gage takes Di home to give her a gift he got for her. Di sees the dogs and falls in love with them. During their goodbye, Di finds herself more attracted to Gage. Meanwhile, David is living a quiet and sad life, just as David is busy tearing up photos and memories. After a while, David sees Di with Gage. It seems they are having a good life together, and David, who is drunk, talks to Di and blames her for the destruction of his life. He tries to punch Gage, but can't even manage that. David decides to find another job to forget about everything, but Jeremy informs him that Di has filed for divorce. The next morning, Di and Gage are hosting a charity event for animals. Suddenly, David shows up there, and Gage and Diana were surprised to see him. Gage leaves David and Di alone to talk. Just then, a heavy rain starts, causing everyone to flee except for David and Di. They talk, and David tells her how he ruined everything with his mistake. He thought he could forget what happened that night, but he was wrong. People in love remember the sacrifices they make for each other, rather than forget them. He signs the divorce papers and places them in front of her. Gage realizes that Di has never looked at him the way David does. On the way back that night, Gage confesses that Di isn't the first person he has been intimate with. This is the first time Di learns this, and she asks the driver to stop the car.
Shackelford, would you stop the car?
Di gets out of the car and heads towards the bus station. Gage understood that Di was never meant to belong to him because she belonged to someone else. Di goes to the same place where David proposed to her, and coincidentally, David is there too. At first, David doesn't notice Di's presence. They both only know one thing, that they belong to each other, and both want to start over again. In this way, the couple reunites once more. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do.